Hi, this is Patrick the Realtor at ERA Crossroads Realty. Today I want to talk about the appraisal. Now, a lot of first-time buyers especially, they get confused with home inspections and appraisals and they use the terms interchangeably. So I really want to kind of explain what an appraisal actually is. When you're buying a home, your lender is going to order an appraisal. And what that appraisal is going to do and what its primary purpose is doing is actually reassuring the lender that the price that you've offered on the home and the price that the seller accepted is actually a realistic price for the market. So what it's going to do is they're going to compare the house based on condition, and then they're going to take it with comparable properties in the neighborhood or subdivision around the home, and they're going to try and come up with an average market value and then adjust the house that you're buying to that market value to determine if the purchase price is actually a realistic price for the house. Now, sometimes in this situation, the values will come up and the appraisal value will actually come in way higher than what you offered on the house. And that's great for a buyer because that means that when you go to closing, you're going to have built-in equity in that home. And that is always a great thing for a buyer. Now, sometimes we have the opposite problem happen. And that's where the appraisal comes in and say you're offering $300,000 on a house, but they can only find a value to support $275,000. So now we have a deficit in what we're getting from the lender. So a lender's not going to finance a house for more than what it's appraised for. And that's just a given. So there's a couple different things that can happen there. One, you can adjust your down payment amount, increasing it to cover the difference in the appraisal. If that's not an option, as a good buyer agent's going to circle back to the listing agent. They're going to have a discussion on price. Our ideal goal is to get the seller to reduce the price to the appraisal value. In a perfect world, we sign on the dotted line, everyone's in agreement, we do an amendment to the price accordingly, and then we proceed happily to closing. Now, the big thing that a lot of buyers don't realize, though, is when you have an appraisal value that's below the value of the purchase price, you are under no obligation to continue with that purchase. And the language in the purchase agreement states that you have the ability to cancel the transaction at that time without penalty. You'll be out money for the appraisal costs and you'll be out money for the inspections and stuff like that, but you'll get your earnest money back. And at the end of the day, the goal is to make sure that you are truly comfortable buying the house that you bought. And that is why negotiation and why having a great buyer agent is ultimately the most important decisions that you can make when you decide to buy a home. Anyways, have a great day from Patrick the Realtor. If you like what you're hearing, subscribe for more and follow, and have a great day. Have a great week.